Hi everyone. She won't leave me today. Absolutely won't leave me today. So we've got a new movie star. Right. So today is our last day. I hope you've all enjoyed boot camp, and we are continuing with leadership. So now what happens is, well, you all know what happens, but maybe you don't know. Maybe you've never sponsored, so clearly you don't know. Right, so this is about the procedures that are the best and the most effective way to get a new member going. And I always do this, and yes, I still have people that join and don't do anything. It's just the way it is, and it's the way it's always going to be. You're going to get some people that will just run with it. You're going to get people that need a little bit more your patience and time with them, and then it's going to, once they know procedures and how to add somebody, then they're away, because adding your first member is very, very daunting. And I can still remember adding my first one, and her name's Kerry. She's still on the system. She doesn't order much now, but she's one of my 21% legs. And if only she'd have carried on, she could have been getting hundreds a month residual, just for doing anything, just for putting 50 points in a month. She would earn on the downline that's under her. So anyways, we all have people that start, hit levels and don't do anything. Now, let's see what the procedures are. So someone asks for information. You need to start to build up a relationship with this person, because the chances are they've asked you on Facebook. Or even, it could even be in the street that they've asked you for more information. So first thing, I urge everybody to have a replica website. It's £35 for the year, but it's absolutely an amazing tool. I left the gym today to a message of somebody wanting to rejoin our team who used to be under me. And I says, right, well, I'm not home at the minute, but here's my website link. Go and register. And that's it. That's all I had to do. Saved so much time and, ratcheting through, finding the quick link that you can do. But Replica, it just does it all for you. Plus, you've got a shop on there as well. So people can read about you. They can see what products we do. And it answers all their questions there. So you're going to send them a simple Facebook message. You're going to build up the rapport. You do not send any presentations. Don't send compensation plans. Don't bombard people with information. If they want that, they can ask for that. And if you've got somebody who does ask for that, then you've got a professional networker. And they're going to need a little bit more time to make their mind up, because they're professional and they know what they're talking about. Now, you're going to send them the basic information. Then 2 days later, 2 days at the latest, you're going to message them the day after. Have you had a chance to read the information? Do you have any questions? And leave it at that. See what they come back with. And hopefully they'll have said, yes, I've read it. I want to get signed up. Brilliant. Here's my link. Here's what you need to do. Then they might say, well, no, I've not had a chance to do that. And you say, well, look, I urge you to get signed up as quick as you can, because the 10-day offers, that you get are going to be absolutely amazing. Don't leave it too late, because for now that you can actually register for free, and you'll be automatically upgraded to a full business partner. That means to them, you don't want to bombard them with what this means. You just need to let them know that it's free to be upgraded. Usually you need a kit to upgrade, but I need to stop that for this year. But use it as a selling tool to get them, signed up. Use the amazing training. We've got like the boot camps, we've got this, that, and the other. You can get local support if there's anybody local to you, because that's what we like to do. That's why in Momentum we have the hashtag wherever they live, because it makes it stand out if you hashtag it. In case anybody else sees that they're local and they're going to jump up on that post, and then they can work together. So hopefully we can get some people buddied up together, and it's brilliant. And it's another good thing as well is you don't have to be local to buddy up to people. You're going to build friendships within the downline, and that's what you really want to do, because you can work together then. You want to say to, to a new member who's in your team, look, I've got somebody else who's new. Why don't you add each other as a friend and work together? And then they can race each other to 3%, or they can race each other to be the first one to add a team member. So there's always ways that you can be working with your team. And I incentivize all the time, as you know. Now, I do that because I'm in a position that I can do that. A lot of you guys are not in the position, and you shouldn't be doing that until you're at least 12% level. Let your uplines do that. because you can't afford to do that. That's why I do it, because it helps you guys. And then when you're at 12%, you get a group, then yeah, go ahead and do your own. And there's a reason as well why you shouldn't be having team pages when you're early on, because it's not motivating. It's top and bottom of it, it isn't. If you're at 3% level and you've started to team build and you've got a group, there's going to be nobody active. There's going to be nobody hitting levels. There's going to be nobody placing massive points, because otherwise you wouldn't get 3%. So that is the point. You need to be at least 12% to have a group, because then you're going to see so much more happening. You're going to see inspiration, motivation, trainings. You're going to see people doing shout outs. Well done for placing your first order. Well done for hitting levels. Well done for this, that and the other. And that's what fires your new members up. And that's what's going to continue to fire them up as well throughout the whole process of being in FM. So there's 3 ways to sign up. You've got the free link, you've got the website, and you've also got them the information. So you can give them the information manually, you can send them the free link, or you can send them your replica website, and they can join up either ways for that as well. Let's have a look. Yeah, do the follow-up and then say what you need to say, but you need to be hooking them in before somebody else does. Look at it that way. Always look at it as a challenge. You want them in your team and not anybody else's. Simple as that, because you don't know what that person's going to be. It could be your next 21% leg. That could be the person that's going to help you get to Orchid. Now, I always refer to the deck of cards and analogy. I always refer to it, and it is downloadable in the group files. So basically, your business is like a deck of cards. You've got to be turning them cards over all the time. It's a 1 in 10 ratio in FM. So for every 10 information packs you send out, only 1 will come back. For every 10 members that you add to your tree, only 1 will do something. It's always been like that, and it will probably always continue to be like that. It's just the way it is. It's the same in every single networking business. So keep turning the cards. You're going to get your couple of 2s, queens, jacks, jokers. You're going to have more jokers than should be in a deck of cards, but you will find them aces. You've got to be patient. So please, 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 when you start to team build, do not expect to hit the top level within 4 weeks. It's not going to happen. It really isn't. You need to work hard, which means self-development, posting daily. It means doing your images, shout outs, bigging yourself up. As uncomfortable it is, you really need to be bigging yourself up. Oh my God, look at my nails I've just had done today from FM. Thank you so much. You've got to be doing it. And actually, this little person here was purchased through FM Cash. I saved up for Bella and we went over to Durham to get her because I love Cavaliers. I was brought up with them. My mum used to breed them. And I wanted a black and tan. So I saved up my FM Cash and I went and got Bella. So this is another purchase from FM. I actually need to do an image for that, don't I? But that's what I mean. You need to be doing images. You need to be doing shout outs all the time. If you're having a crap week, you still do shout outs. Takes me on to another point. Take your issues upline, not downline. Please do not post negatives in Momentum. Jump on them. Turn it round. If you've seen somebody in Momentum posting, oh my God, the kits are out of stock, blah, 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 blah. You need to turn it round and say, well, you've been in the team for so long, you could have got a kit earlier. You've plenty of time. Or you could also say, well, that's just brilliant, because that just shows how many people are coming into the business. Turn things around. Oh my God, you're out of stock of number 472 again. That's because it's absolutely amazing. So when it comes in, order yourself 5 bottles, then you won't go out of stock with it. There's always an answer. So please, I'm asking you guys to show that you are leaders by jumping on posts like this and being positive all the time. Again, you know what I say, positivity grows green, leaves on your tree, and negativity kills it. Honestly, if you're negative, your team will be negative and you won't even have a business. So moving on, what am I going to do next? Yeah, when somebody's signed up on the tree, on your system, whatever, they are automatically sent from head office a link to their email. They have to go and click that link. It releases the ID number. Then and only then should you be sending them a welcome email and then adding them to Momentum. You need to see them physically on your tree. Why? Because my own upline once registered as a fake name, fake address to join my team to get my training, because hers wasn't the very best. And that'll always, that's always annoyed me. And she's done it to a few other people as well. So that is why I am so tight on sending welcome emails out and tight on adding people to Momentum. I need to know that they are in your team. I need to know they are genuine people. If somebody hasn't got a Facebook profile photo, they're not getting in, because they're not a real person. Fake profiles exist out there in FM, and in any way, you all know that. Facebook is a very, very dangerous place. So same for your business. You need to be 100% sure that that person is real, just for yourself. Go and look at the profiles. I look at everybody. If they've only got 5 friends, it's a fake profile. If they've already posted stuff about FM, they're already in FM. They're just trying to get your training. And, that is what you've got to be careful about. Unfortunately, it's the way it is. And you need to be aware of this. So please be careful on who you add, vet them. And you should be doing that anyway, because you don't want, somebody you really don't want people who have got no intentions to order. They're not good for your business. You have the right to interview people. You have the right to refuse people to join your team. You have the right to say, well, I don't think my team's going to be suitable for you, and then let them go to somebody else. So if it's a dodgy profile, say that. Just say, I don't think my team will be suitable for you. Move on. You've got that right to say that, because they're not going to place any orders. You need people placing orders. So interview them, find out about them, and this is why you will know it's a real person if you do proper interview techniques. There's a telephone script in Momentum, so use it as a guide to what to ask. Have you any kids? Do you work? What do you like about your job? What don't you like about your job? What's your husband called? What's your partner called? What's your favourite fragrance? When's your birthday? And write it all down. I'm going to add that to after this now, the consultant checklist, so you can use that when you're speaking to your new member. Not only does that show that you're interested in them, but it also gives you information. So that they may be not working. You maybe know that they could do with some more money to buy a car. You need to be asking these questions. And this all helps you when they've joined the team, because then you're going to say, right, I'm going to send you the challenge pack, which is some samples to get you going until you get a kit. You need to get a kit. You need to be telling everybody who joined your team before they've even signed up, they need a kit. Because if you haven't got a kit, it's really hard to run a business. You can't just run it on 5 samples. It can be done, but it's going to be a lot harder. And they're going to be the people that are always going to moan and complain that they're not doing very well, because they've never invested in the business. You see it happen all the time. Again, it's going to continue to happen. People who've not even bought a kit were going to say, I can't get any sales. Have you got a kit? No. Have you got any brochures? No. Have you got a Facebook page? No. Have you got a Facebook VIP group? No. Have you promoted it on your profile? No. And it happens. So those are the people. Let them move on. Move on. You crack on. I'm going to work with this person who has got a kit, who has booked in a party, who does want to hit the levels, who does want to make a difference to their life, because that is what I'm here to do. And that's what you're there to do. You are there. I call myself the Lady Jesus of FM. You can be exactly the same. Be the disciples. Go out and spread the word. And then, help people make a difference, because it really is. I know it sounds really cliche, but, 50 quid to somebody is life-changing. That would have been life-changing to me when I was on my own. And to me, life-changing is like, hitting golden orchid. That's going to be about £5 grand a month. Oh my God, what could I do with £5 grand a month? Certainly not tell Clint how much I've earned that month, because I couldn't have got some queer nice clothes. But that is life-changing, and that's why I'm pushing so hard to get there, because then I've got the lifestyle that I want and I deserve. And you guys deserve exactly the same. And don't let anybody tell you otherwise. You deserve everything that you can possibly get. And FM can help you if you help others. And that's what it's about. As a sponsor, you help others. You help them get started. You help them place the first order. You help them add their first team member. But what you shouldn't do is tag them in 50,000 posts. Yes, it's exaggerated, but it feels like that. Don't tag them in this, that, this, that, this, that. They have the welcome email with the information. They should have already read it and clicked the link to join the 5-day training. They should have already read this post right at the top of Momentum. Read this pin post, start here. It's got the drop box on. Everything is there. Then they can pop in and out as often as they want into Momentum. They can join the games. Don't tag them in the games, because if you tag them, they've clearly not even been in. So they don't deserve to have a go at the game, if you get me. And that's what it's about. You need people to want to grow. And this is how you get to know who your workers are and who your workers aren't. Again, work with the 80-20 basis. Work with 80% of the people probably won't do the business, but 20% will. Work with that 20%, because that is the ratio. 80% probably will never do anything, but 20% will. And that 20% are going to help you hit orchid level. That 20% are going to help you reach all the levels, and then they can duplicate. Don't make things complicated, because a new member will think the business is complicated. By tagging them, it's going to send them dizzy. It's information overload. And then they'll say, this is really too complicated. I don't understand what to do. I don't understand this, because you're making it complicated. Don't text them. Don't message them. Don't Facebook them. Leave them to it for at least 7 days. Then send them a 7-day email which says, how are you getting on? Here's the top 10 tips. This is what you need to do. If you haven't got that email, comment below. Your sponsor can send you one, or I can send you one. But they should be getting a 7-day email. Let's see, what else? They get a 7-day email. And you can, text them or Facebook them and say, look, I've just sent you an email. Let me know how you're getting on. Leave it at that, because by then you will have already known within that 7 days. Ideally, within that same 7 days, you should have already said at time of signing them up, look, I'm going to leave you alone for at least a week. Let me know the day that's best for you, and I'll do a Zoom or I'll do a video call on Facebook. Make that connection and see what they say. If they then say, oh, well, I haven't got time, then the chances are they're going to be part of your 80% that don't do. But if they say, oh my God, that's fantastic, yeah, in fact, don't wait a week, message me tomorrow, let's go over some questions, they're brilliant. They're going to be one of your 20% workers. So offer them, the minute you sign somebody up, a one-to-one. And then, let's say to them, look, have a list of questions ready for me. Let me know what you're going to struggle with. Let me talk about the fragrance concentrations. Let me talk about whatever you want to know. I can give you that information. So that should be priority when you're actually doing the signing up process. Arrange, contact within 7 days. If they don't come back to you, send the email. If you don't hear back from them within 7 days, move on to the next person. Then month 4 is when the next time you're going to get in touch with that person who didn't do anything. And on your tree, you will see the INA box. You should have already read what that meant, the inactive. So everybody who's on a number 4 means they've not placed an order within 4 months. So email every single person who says 4 months, and that's like, you once joined FM. I want to keep in touch. And I'm just touching base. You once joined FM. Again, that email is available. Month 10 is the next time you're going to contact them. And then you're going to say, you're about to drop off the system. You need to place 150 points before month 12, when you will drop off and go inactive. Well, they don't drop off now. They just go inactive. So send that at 10 months. And then at 12 month, all your number 12s, email them and say, don't want you to go. Here's the link to rejoin. And then you just don't know, because I was inactive for 12 months. And it was only because I was getting emails from FM that I actually thought, you know what, I need to keep doing this. I'm skint, I've got no money. And I went and picked up my big kit. That has been the best investment I ever made, was that £50 kit. Come back, I'd never chucked it or anything. It was just sitting there in a drawer. And I saw it and I thought, you know what, I'm going to start my FM up again. And I did. And then, lo and behold, within the next 12 months, I'd hit Amaranth. You just never know who is inactive on your tree, who's going to get active by an email. So keep in touch with them, not all the time, because you'll really pee them off, but just every few months. Just let them know that you are still there, you are still thinking about them, and that they can get in touch with you. Now, I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to post another video later, because I'm concerned that I've probably done a bit of verbal overload there. And the only last thing, because I was going to do an extra bonus today, but I'm not going to. We will stick with leadership, and it's about how to get Zoom calls and why you should be doing incentives from 12% level upwards. So I'm going to do that next, but I'm going to add some documents now that's going to help you get to know your new team member better. If you do have any questions on sponsoring, speak to your sponsor, because that's what your sponsors are there for. If your sponsor's inactive, which does happen often, because I've got so many orphans under me that I help personally, you know, go to your upline. And, you know, if that's me, you come to me, because I'll be able to help you as well. So that's it for the leadership. I'm going to add some stuff now and a task. Speak to you all soon.